I started writing the script for this video with half a cup of tea. By the time I'd finished writing the script, I had no more tea, so I had to go make myself some more. Feels like forever since I've sat here and just talked. Most of my videos have either been rambling or me playing video games, which are probably not that entertaining, but I have fun making them, so why not post them? And I didn't do the weekly updates this month like I did last month. Did I do any chatty videos in February? I don't think I did any chatty videos in February besides obviously the rambling ones, which there weren't many of those. Sorry for neglecting you. I need to make sure I don't do that anymore in March. Which brings me to what this video is about. You know how to do segues, Amber. You definitely didn't plan this all out and write it out. And this mug was hotter than I was expecting. I had a pretty awesome February, although I have had some trouble this month, as I have historically, with keeping the manuscript a priority, considering I haven't worked on it this week, and now I have to work on it after I've filmed this video, preferably after I've edited this video as well, since I hope to get this up by tomorrow, which for you is today, or possibly yesterday if I failed super hard. So yeah, that giant is still looming over me. Eventually I'll conquer it, even if my name isn't Jack. Man, I forgot how much I stray from scripts whenever I do this. Why do I even bother writing them out? I don't know. I'm funny just writing it out. I guess I'm also funny just talking. Where was I? Oh, yeah. February. It was pretty awesome, or fantastic, should I say. There was one day that I'm not entirely sure that I actually physically wrote something along with the video I was shooting that day, but it was in my head that I was formulating it. I don't think I actually got it written down until the next day. But I'm giving myself leeway on that day because it was the day of the Final Space premiere, and the whole day was a bit of a blur. I got to watch Final Space, I got to meet one of my favorite YouTubers, I got a mooncake. It was pretty great. But other than that, I did pretty awesome in February. I accomplished some private goals, I kept more of a balance between writing work and video work. I even picked up some projects I've been neglecting for a while. Enough that I might have to adjust my weekly chart again. I also ended up with a beautifully filled calendar, which is much prettier from a distance than it is close up. So the journey continues, even as I sit in the same place on my bedroom floor. I feel like I started this trend of naming the months, and now I can't stop, even though I'm not particularly a fan of the name I came up with for March, but I can't break the trend now, so hey, here we go into Make It March. It's not the worst thing. I could go for Mad March, but then that's much more of a play on March Madness, and it makes me think of Mad Max and Hello Tangent, my old friend. Really, not much changes at the beginning of the month, mainly because calendars are social constructs and not as accurate as they could be. I know way too much about calendar reform, okay? But they make for a good chance at adjusting how exactly I want to live my creative life for the next 30 days, give or take. One of the things I'm adjusting is that I'm adding the category of podcast to my weekly goal chart. Not that that project can really be called a podcast, to my way of thinking at least, but I don't have a better thing to call it. Basically, I'm going to be producing more narrations of the short stories I publish on my blog under the category of Life Without an Owner's Manual. If you haven't read those, they're a collection of short stories about Aoife Scamelborn. Yes, that is how you pronounce it. It's an Irish name. I could have gone with the more Gaelic way of spelling it, but this way seemed less scary and intimidating to readers, so I went with this one. Aoife is a mechanic with the sometimes unfortunate ability to bring machinery to life, and it results in all kinds of wacky adventures. She's accompanied by a grumpy old army motorcycle named Sergeant Reynolds, and a small mechanical dragon named Eratosthenes, who has a large appetite for mischief. I think they're a lot of fun. I think I do a decent job of narrating them. I apologize for the fact that I'm terrible at doing voices, and most of the voices sound the same, but I'm trying, and there will be more. I think there are only like 3 or 4 at the moment, but I'm gonna be trying. More things to come. The other thing I want to change in March is how I do my calendar sketches. If you follow me on social media, you know that my calendar sketches are my way of sharing that I accomplished whatever goal I had set for that day. And if you know that, you also know I'm not much of an artist. For the past month, each sketch has had something to do with one of the projects I worked on that day. And that's what I want to change. Basically, I want to just broaden the subject matter of the sketches so they can just be about anything that happened that day. And no, this has nothing to do with the fact that Friday is Dr. Seuss's birthday and I really want to make that day's calendar sketch the Cat in the Hat hat. Yeah, it has nothing to do with that. It more has to do with the fact that there are only so many ways I can illustrate working on my manuscript since I can't draw humans at all. And a lot of these videos are hard to conceptualize. That was the way that word was pronounced. I just had a weird, funky pause in the middle. I'd also like to work on my drawing skills, but don't hold me to that one. I'm still in that I have no idea where my life might be headed at the end of next month stage, and would like to not have more goals that I can fail. Anyway, thanks for listening to this riveting commentary on how I want to reach my creative goals and change them and such like. I'll try and make the next video more interesting for you guys. Bye. Actually, I forgot to add this, and even though I kind of hate it, I feel like I should include it. If you don't follow my blog, you should. I'm way more active on there and way more interesting, I feel like, over there than I am here. I'll put a link in the description below. And yeah, follow me on Instagram for the calendar sketches, I guess, so you can judge my drawing skills as well as my video editing capabilities. And that's about it. If you liked this video, there are plenty more to choose from, and there will hopefully be even more in the future, so hope you tag along on this wild ride.